Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning into the day's energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. All right, so in the past, we have the Eight of Swords. It looks like you are governed by limiting beliefs. There's some belief system that you were raised in, and it feels like you're unable to really see yourself and the world around you accurately. What are these limiting beliefs? It definitely feels like these beliefs limit you as a being, as a soul. Feels like it's a very dense environment that you're raised in. It feels superstitious. It feels like there's a lot of beliefs in this environment meant to keep people restricted, to control people, to control you, so you don't perceive yourself as the creator of your universe, as someone very powerful. So whatever these limiting beliefs, it's taking your power away. It's not allowing you to see yourself in your full light, your full consciousness. It's meant to control you. It feels like a lot of fear too. So it feels like you're raised in this controlling environment, and so you start absorbing and taking on these beliefs yourself. Okay, at the time I'm tuned into in the past, it looks like you are starting to break free from these restrictive belief systems. In this environment and with these set of beliefs, there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. But the environment that you're raised in, the belief systems, something, it creates a war within yourself, making you believe that there's something wrong with you. You're too much, you're not enough. The bullseye's always moving around, and even if you get close to what the belief system says is correct, it's a rigged game. You're not meant to succeed. You're not meant to find freedom and success in this environment. This feels very, this feels like a choice point in the past. You're starting to see how you've been limiting yourself by the choices that you've made. It feels like there's no fire left, there's no passion, there's no energy, there's no passion, no energy, no footwork. It's exhausting. I think if you were the dedication, it feels like if this environment and the beliefs were set up so you could find success, you would have found it. But the way this is set up, it's so you will never find success. You will always just chase it. And at some point in this, it feels like you're starting to recognize that, first of all, you're exhausted, that you have nothing left. And second, you're recognizing that the system that you're in, the belief system, the group, the environment, it's just rigged against you. Yeah, you're starting to see it. So this also has like a consciousness, allowing yourself to be more conscious, more aware. So you're seeing deception, manipulation, that people have used fear and control to keep you in place. There's also, it feels like people have taken advantage of a lack of maturity that you might have in the past, a lack of emotional growth. Feels like the way that you were raised is to keep you in fear and control, to keep you emotionally immature. It looks like you start making moves, moving away, getting out of a comfort zone, no longer allowing. I think there's just, it feels like waking up, just realizing what activities you've been involved in. Once you see it, you can't unring that bell. Once you see that, oh, these people just can't see me, can't perceive me, don't care. There's something about care, like recognizing, oh, this environment isn't caring for me at all. It's controlling me. There's a need in the past for you to take control of your life, to stop acquiescing, stop giving your power away to people who are playing you, who are juggling you, and create a new foundation for yourself going forward, letting go of people and environments. Wow. All right, in this current energy, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, so the same energy that in the past where you started seeing things differently, seeing yourself differently, seeing the people, seeing where you've been participating in activities that aren't for your best interest, in environments that are conducive to fear and control, manipulation, trying to get something from you. Feels like you're having another awakening at this time. New ideas, new perspectives, seeing things. It does have a lot of like light bulb moment. And like, oh, I see. A new idea, a new way of seeing things coming to light. Boy, this is, it feels like this light, this new ideas, new perception is hitting somewhere very deep in your spirit that's been very dark for a long time. Shedding light into areas where there's been confusion, very dense energy, and you're shining the light of consciousness, of awareness in those Wow. Ace of Swords again. This feels like seniority, taking your power back. This is a lot of truths coming in. Truths about yourself, truths about your world. Feels like you're seeing things from a different vantage point. I'm not seeing the path, our human path, as a straight line. I'm seeing it as a spiral. And so it's starting lower, and as we go, like a spiral staircase. And there's something, as your vibration is rising and you're raising your or allowing your vibration to rise, you're able to see things from a different vantage point. It feels like a lot of aha. I'm seeing myself in a new light. I'm seeing the world in a new light. I'm reworking things. This feels like the light's coming on. Whatever games have been played, this feels like a lot of consciousness hitting your crown chakra. Okay, so I feel like I'm getting messages of what do we do with this energy? What do we do with this new information? It feels like grounding it into your reality. Just sitting with it, sitting with the truth. It does feel like the light's coming on, and you're seeing yourself and the world around you from a very different perspective. I don't know how to explain that anymore. A lot of clarity. It's interesting. It feels like standing your ground, creating space for yourself to integrate this new information. Taking time to rest, relax, recover, heal. That's what it was. Real healing. Heal, integrate. Allow this new energy that's hitting your crown chakra. You're starting to see things differently. Integrate this new information. Some of you might be noticing that your intuition is a bit off right now as you're integrating this new light, these new truths. I'm seeing it as light, as information, codes, keys. There we go. Okay, so some of you are really opening up these lights, these new information that's coming in is our key codes. Wake up. I'm also seeing in your DNA strands, also that spiral that I was seeing, that there are markers that have been turned off, holy crap, that are turning on at this point. Holy cow. I'm just going to deliver the messages as I'm perceiving them. So a lot of you, this is a game changer. take time to integrate this new set point, these new perspectives, this new you. The activations in your system, these light codes are creating like bridges, filling in gaps that have been purposefully opened, left open and incomplete so you wouldn't be able to access your power. There's a lot that's turning on, like lights turning on, things making more sense in your system. I'm seeing in your DNA, so in your physicality. A lot of you are going to be opening up to more of your skills, of your powers, a very expanded version of yourself. Integrate. There's a lot of skills, as in powers, more than just the 5 senses that you're going to have access to. It's like you're waking up and realizing what's really happening, what you've really been involved. Wow, this is a huge consciousness shift. Yeah, I'm kind of while looking at this energy, it's amazing. It's magical. You might have access to amplified states of being. I'm getting, just take some time, integrate this. Because as these keys and codes start clicking into place, it's almost like the machinery of who you are starts really running. Really stepping into your power, really understanding that you are the creator of your reality, that you've been playing very small. That you were convinced, 8 of Swords, that's you were convinced as you're raised away from your own power, raised with limitations, purposefully to control you, to manipulate you, and now it feels like this time period right now is why you as a soul wanted to experience this life. This turning on, this waking up, having a life before that was very limited, and then waking up to a very different version of yourself. Holy cow. All right, moving on to what's hidden, we've got the 4 of Swords. Again, 4 of Swords. There's a need to rest, relax, recover, to integrate. To heal, to allow these new ideas, these new codes. First, it feels like integrating within yourself, understanding. I'm seeing, what's that movie? John Carter of Mars, where in this new environment, you just can do things that others can't. Stepping into your authenticity, stepping into your power. Wow. I think part of it is the disbelief, and part of it is let's see what this is. Let's integrate. there's a need to allow versions of yourself that are insecure or fearful to let those leave, to release fear from your space, to bring in more love. The energy of this space is unconditional love. And when you're in fear, you're not working with the energies of this universe. So there's a real need. It feels like as you allow this energy to integrate, to allow you to step into this new version of yourself, to when and if fears arise, to not identify, to allow the fears to pass through. It's an ending of control. It feels like things are really going to accelerate. Holy yes, because once you integrate and are standing in your power, in your authority as a creative being, then your alignment creates huge rapid shifts. I'm also getting something that this is like an Easter egg, if you know what I mean. It feels like our creators, those who created humans, created us to be limited, to be controlled by our fears. So we would serve others. And it feels like I've been perceiving this for a while, that someone in that creative process wanted to gift humanity with this Easter egg, that at some point we would become more powerful than those who created us. And it feels like that. Taking our power back, recognizing what's been going on, becoming conscious, more aware, and realizing how powerful we really are as creators of our own reality. This feels huge and pivotal. I wish I had the words other than the energies. I'm a bit like, wow. All right. The advice and outcome is the Page of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, so there is an invitation to experience this as a baby. New. Not projecting anything, but this is new energy, new you, new ideas. And so experiencing it without any of your limiting beliefs. Allowing yourself, your environment to be new. It's okay if you don't recognize this energy. Being curious about this space. Being curious as a master creator, stepping into your power. Oh, beautiful. There's something here about being loving and not becoming the toxic energy that you're perceiving, to let that fall away, to really truly become the version of yourself that you've always wanted to be, and not allowing anyone to dissuade you. Wow, Eight of Swords in reverse. So we started Eight of Swords upright. limited beliefs. It's like you're setting yourself free. You're free your mind. And the rest will follow. There's something here about freeing your mind, about seeing things in a different way, about feels like a game changer. What do you want your reality to be? It feels like recognizing that the world doesn't have to be this way, that you don't have to show up in the way you've been showing if you don't prefer it. There's something really powerful here about setting yourself free. What is it that you really want? What can you create in this space? Time to... It feels like after integrating seeing things from a different vantage point, definitely. Don't jump to any conclusions or actions. It feels like allowing this new information, new you, to settle in, to get used to the new you, new version of you. And pulling your energy from what you don't prefer. I think there's a recognition here of how powerful you are and how powerful and beautiful your energy is. And so pulling your energy away from things that you do not want to grow feels like a wisdom here. People, activities. I think as a powerful creator, you're recognizing how powerful your energy is, and that you're not going to leak energy and share it with... It feels like you're being careful about who you share your energy with, because you recognize how potent and how powerful your energy is. And so it feels like there's a shift of, I don't want that energy to grow, so I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to pull my energy away. This is what I want to see grow, whatever that is. And so I'm going to share my energy with that. So huge shift here. Very powerful, very empowering. A lot of new light bulb moments, new ways of seeing things, new ways of seeing yourself. This feels like a beautiful gift, like you're opening yourself for Christmas. And what gifts. So, all right. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.